Hey guys, Big Geordie Geek here, and today we're tackling the Night Lords, a scheme that, well, the majority of it, no problem with, but those lightning bolt strikes are kind of terrifying. Never tried them before. I think I did all right. So how about we get into it and see what we did on the tabletop. Okay, we're going to start off with our Night Lords Assault Marine here. We're going to take some Night Lords Blue, and we're going to get 2 thin coats of that on here. So I thinned this down on the wet palette, and we're just going to give this 2 nice coats here. It's a nice dark blue. This scheme I'm kind of making up on the fly. I'm seeing where we end up, but let's see what happens. But I'll go away, I'll get this all covered in blue, and we'll come back and we'll see how it looks. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take some Nuln Oil, and I'm going to give this an all-over wash of Nuln Oil. So, making this scheme on the fly. I hope this is going to work. I think it'll work. I hope. But we're going to give him all over wash, all over his armor. And then we're going to see how that turns out. And then we'll come back for our next step, which I hope is going to be cool. I hope. Okay, right. I thought I'd started recording there, but I hadn't pressed the button. So what we're doing is we're just relayering Night Lord's Blue thin down on the wet palette bed, because I think the Nuln Oil was left just a few areas where it didn't look quite so good. Just some sort of almost like tide marks. That's how I like to describe them. I don't know. There's probably a technical painting term for this, but I don't know what it is. So I'm just relayering on this Night Lord's Blue, and then. But if you wanted to leave it, I mean, I suppose that's okay. So what we're going to do then is finish relayering on this blue, and then I'll come back and let's highlight him up. I like the head. It's supposed to be Keanu Reeves, but it kind of looks like Charlie Hunnam. You know what? I can't pronounce his name. I've met him like 3 times because he's actually from around my yard. But yeah, I can't pronounce his name because I'm terrible at pronouncing stuff. Anyway, I'll go finish layering up this blue and I'll be right back. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take some Kantor blue and we're going to highlight up with this. Now, Kantor blue is a very dark blue. It's not a colour I would normally consider something for a highlight, but Night Lord's Blue is so dark that this really works. I was considering a lighter blue. I think I was looking at Altdorf Guard Blue, looking at the shelf there, but I decided to go with this one and see how it works. So, as I said, I'm just going to highlight all the edges. Edge highlight, and just sort of get that on. And actually, this is looking kind of cool. And I think I'm going to leave it like this, as in use this as the highlight, because I think for the lightning strikes, yeah, I'm going to do lightning. I'm going to attempt lightning. I think I want a very light blue for that. I've been looking at some people's tutorials. I think I've got the way to go. For that. So, as I said, we're going to go around, get this highlighted, and see how this looks. And then when we come back, we're going to add some more details on. Okay, for our Night Lord now, we're going to take some Leadbelcher. Now we've got them all highlighted, and we're just going to put the metal bits, just get done. Now I'm going to do the, I can't really see any. But I've got some cables. I'm going to do any. I'm going to have to thin that down quite a bit to get into the the ribbing stuff. I'm going to do these, and I'm going to do the sort of straps that attach the jump pack that he's going to be having, because he is an assault marine. I think he's going to be in the new edition. I would be saying he's a veteran assault squad sergeant. That's what I think he is. Because that's the thing now. Veteran assault squads. Right. And what I'm not going to do is lightning claws, because I'm going to do them differently to metal. I'm going to do them in a scheme I've used quite a few times for Space Wolves and Ultramarines. And you'll see. But it involves pinks. And I think it looks kind of cool. So I'll go away. I'll finish all these metallics. Well, actually, you know what? While I'm here, I'll do a couple more base colors. Okay. First of all, we need some Word Bearer's Red. Now he's got this in the middle of his thing here. Just pop this on the wet palette. Water that down a little bit. Right, on his thing here, he's got this sort of thing, sort of laurel and skull. And I'm going to do this in Word Bearer's Red. I kind of want him to, what's the word? I kind of want that to stand out really a lot. And red is a really good colour for Night Lords. So we're going to have that getting focused in again. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to do these bonding studs. Now those, I've got to all think about what am I going to do with those. I've decided I'm going with Spartan Bronze from Two Fin Coats, or you can use Balthazar Gold. It's just basically the same colour. But I like this stuff. Although, to be fair, I need to try the Army Painter equivalent, which I intend to do when this runs out. But that's the thing. I used to use a lot of Balthazar Gold, and I use a lot less of it these days. I just think a brass is going to look really good for these. So what I'll do is I'll go away, finish these metallics, finish the reds. To be fair, I think this is the only red. I might do the bits of Ronnie's jump pack red. We'll see. And then I'll come back and we're going to wash these elements and maybe start on the lightning claws. Okay, with that all done, what we're going to do now is we're going to start getting some washes off. We're also going to start with, I've probably got a bit too much paint on my brush here, so again, get less paint on your brush, Michael. But this is a scheme, not a pro painting video. We're going to prep our claws by painting them Abaddon black. And we're going to have them sort of like a hot pink finish. Trust me, it works. I did them first for a unit called the Void Claws in the Space Wolves back in, was it 7th edition? And I think it looks really class. So we're going to get those painted back. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take some Nuln Oil. Nuln Oil. Oh my god, my pronunciation tonight. Where have I put that? I put it on the shelf where it should be. I'm going to take that, bit of that. I'm going to start painting metallic. So I've got the ribbing here. And I've got these straps that attach the attaching the jump pack. And a few bits, so I'll just leave that. And I'm also going to take. I'm debating this one. You know what? Sod it. We'll use the. I've said it before. Said it again. I've got lots of Reikland Fleshshade. I need to. So I'm going to use Reikland Fleshshade to do these. To do our bonding studs here that we've currently got in essentially Balthazar Gold, but Spartan Bronze from Two Fin Coats. So we're going to get that painted up there, just washed, just to give a bit of, Reikland Fleshshade actually does all right on these. It's not like you have to use Agrax Earthshade. I often find that washes can do a bit. While I'm on this, you know what? While I'm on it, let's start prepping another area. We're gonna prep the skin, because this is something that is gonna have to get done. And you know what? I've got an interesting little scheme here. Say interesting. It's a scheme that I like for really pallid, sickly, looking skin. Like someone who looks like there. And we're gonna start with Ionrach skin. And for horrible, nasty looking ill skin, I think this looks great. So probably gonna need Two Fin Coats. But we're just gonna get that on his skin, and I think this will look great for Night Lords. And you know what? These skin colors, you never see them used. Hardly ever. And I love them. And they're great. So you see, we're starting to get that in there, but we're going to need to let that dry and then put another thing color. I'm also going to put Nuln Oil on this red here, and we'll go away, get that all washed, and when it's done, we'll come back. Okay, our next step is we're going to take some Screamer Pink, or in this case, I'm using the Army Painter equivalent of Moldy Wine. We're going to dry brush. So I'm just going to get a bit of old tissue paper, as you can see, a lot dry brushing. Get this off, and then we're going to do like the bottom 2/3 of our lightning claws. So we'll just get that Screamer Pink, Moldy Wine colour on there. Okay, should be able to get this done because dry brushing is like really quick and stuff dries out. So we'll get these claws done. We'll get that washed, dry it up, and then we're going to take some Pink Horror. Should have got all these paints ready. And no, that's not Pink Horror. That's Emperor's Children. Where is my Pink Horror? Where's my Pink Horror? Pilgrim Pink. You know what? I don't know where my Pink Horror is. Right. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to look for that in a minute off camera. But meanwhile, what I'll do is I'll just show you the next step with the. Yeah, it's meant to be right there. Do the next step with the metallics. So we're going to take some Stormhost silver, and we're going to sort of highlight up the silver. Oh, sorry, it helps if I do it on the camera, doesn't it? Highlight up the silver with some Stormhost silver. Honestly, I swore the paint that I just saw was Pink Horror, but no, it's not. It's Emperor's Children. So yeah, highlight up this. While that's, and then the other one is going to be your silvers. And what I'm going to do there is I'm going to take some brass scorpion. If I can find it. No. Oh no, Sycorax bronze. That's what I want. Not brass scorpion. I actually do want Sycorax bronze. I picked up one and I was like, oh, that's not what I want. No, that is the one I want. The one that up. Nope. And we're just going to highlight up these Balthazar Gold bonding studs. So I've just finished these. Just gives it a bit of shine on top. Looks really nice. Right, now I've done that. Before we do go any further, first, we're going to take some Reikland Fleshshade. Reikland Fleshshade, and we're going to paint on the skin here. So we've had 2 coats of the Ionrach skin. So I'm going to paint that. And what I'll do is I'll go away, find my Pink Horror. I might have been using our Army Painter one, I can't remember. I don't use pink very much, and we'll come back and we'll do the next steps. Yeah, turned out my Pink Horror was actually a Army Painter replacement, in this case, Wicked Pink. So yeah, so now we're going to go a bit further. So we're going to dry brush this down a bit further down than we did the Moldy Wine or Screamer Pink. So just a bit further down, so it gets pinky towards the bottom. So wash that brush, and I do have the next colour, definitely do. It's going to be Slaanesh Grey. Get some of that. Again, we'll work as much off the brush as possible. Oh, too much worked off the brush there. And then we're going to take that, and we're going to, right at the very ends, get that sort of dry brushed on there, so it's almost, and that, right, it looks better from a tabletop distance, you know, but that is how I like to do lightning claws sometimes, and I think it really contrasts with the colour and darkness of your Night Lords. At least I think it does. Right, now that that's wash on the skin is done, I'm going to get the next colour on there done. So give me a second. This is going to be Deepkin flesh. So again, it's a Ionrach Deepkin, very pale skin color. I'll just pop some of this in the wet palette. Oh! Yep, no, he's fine. Push him onto the wet palette, but I put him onto a part where there wasn't any colors that are currently in use. So we're gonna just use this and just layer up the upper areas of the skin. Leaving the Reikland Fleshshade and Deepkin flesh kind of in the darkest recesses. I'm really terrible at painting skin. I'm absolutely dreadful at it. But I get a try. Again, this is about looking good on the tabletop. So from a distance, it looks a lot better. Now we're going to take some, to highlight that up, we're going to take some Pallid Witch flesh. Move that down a bit. And we're going to just get the highest points. It's starting to look all right. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna do his eyes. And his eyes, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Drakenhof Nightshade. Now you can tell how much Drakenhof Nightshade I use. I'm still in the very small bottle. So obviously we've been in the big bottles and the little bottles since I bought this. So we're just going to pop this Drakenhof Nightshade into his eyes. And that's literally all I'm going to do. I think, look, a bit too much. No, and that's literally all I'm going to do. And from a distance, I think that looks really good. I'll do his hair black, but I'm not going to go through the process of doing that. Right, what else needs doing on him? Oh, the red. We need to highlight up the red. So I'll just go and have a think, and then I'll come back, and we'll do that, and then we're going to do some lightning as well. Okay, I've decided we're going with Evil Sun Scarlet. I was kind of vacillating between this and Wazdaka Red, but I decided in the end, I think Evil Sun Scarlet, that brightness kind of works a bit better. I sort of tested them out on the jump pack, but I've got over here. Right, okay, so yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, this next bit is the bit that I have been dreading. Honestly, these 2 tutorials that I've been filming today have both given me, I'm just going to refocus the camera, given me the absolute because of what I have to do. Yellow for the Imperial Fist and lightning on our light orb. Now I'm pinned down a lot of Lothar Brew. I remember an old tutorial. I cannot find it anywhere on YouTube, but there is a copy of it on Facebook from Games Workshop. And then when I went back to check it today, it's gone. So I don't know why. They seem to be deleting a lot of their old videos of late, hence why I'm recreating some. So I've pinned down Lothar Brew, and I've got a insane detail brush here. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint a couple of lightning strikes. So we're going to take some and do some jaggedy little lines here. This is, as I said, this isn't going to win any competitions, but I hope from a tabletop distance it's going to look I mean, that's the whole plan, you know, tabletop, just about tabletop standard. That was the whole idea behind this series, that we're going to create stuff that's going to look class on the tabletop, but not necessarily going to win you any kind of painting competition. Okay, right, now we've done that. Doesn't look too bad, actually. We're going to take some white. I'm using matte white from the Army Painter because my white scar completely dried up. I forgot to put the lid on it properly, and that was just my fault. not Games Workshop. And we're just going to sort of trace in the lines, but not all of them, just little bits here and there to sort of give a variation of colour. And this sort of gives that all I'll do is I'll order on maybe another lightning strike somewhere else. So I don't think you need to go overboard. And then what we'll do is finish the hair, and I think that is him done once I've done a base. So let me go ahead and finish that.
And here is our finished Night Lord, and you know what? He's not too bad. The scheme was a bit intimidating at first for me, but I tell you what, yeah, not as bad as I thought it was. The base is a desert base. It's basically Balor brown. The bigger rocks are painted in Zandri dust and then washed with Reikland, no, Agrax Earthshade, sorry. And then the whole base was given a dry brush of Zandri dust. And the rim is Steel Legion drab. So I'm actually pretty happy with how this guy turned out. Anyway, if you've got any other alternative schemes to Night Lords, I'd love to hear about them. I'd love to see your painted models as well. Drop a link to your grams or whatever in the comments. And if you like what you see and you want to continue to see more of this, like, comment, subscribe, all that usual YouTuber nonsense. And I will see you next time. Keep rolling those dice.